Welcome to Sea Lake Journeys with Chet and Robin. Come on, have a seat at our table with us. Let's talk about some cruising and have some fun while we're doing it. After all, we're all friends here. We are so glad you're here with us tonight. Grab you a snack and a drink and sit down and join us for a while. Okay, guess what? It's Wednesday. Hold on, I got some more horns over here. Got a New Year's horn. It's New Year's Day. How about that? January 1st, 2025. If you're here with me. We're here. I'm coming in a few minutes early because Kurt and Marcia ain't here this morning. I didn't know that was going to be like. I thought they was going to be here this morning. Then watching Eddie's show, he said they weren't going to be here. I said, okay. And so I'm doing all this stuff. I'm running around. I'm setting the water for the butterfly farm over here, setting the water for the yard over there and the North 40 over there. I'm running around doing stuff out there this morning, trying to get stuff done on New Year's Day. How is your New Year's Day going here, Sea Lake Journey crew? And let me get over here and just say hi. Looks like the first one in here this morning was John Gayer. Good morning. Happy New Year, Sea Lake Journeys. Happy New Year's, John. He's got a link right here, a link to the pizza. Y'all. I'll have to go over and check that out. We'll have to see what that's all about, y'all. It looks like Elisa's here. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you. I got my Happy New Year horn. Yeah. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. So thanks for joining us here this morning, Wednesday morning. It's odd to start a new year in the middle of a week, isn't it? It seems kind of different. We were just going to typically go to bed like we always do early, but I don't know. We sat there watching some movie. I don't even know what it was because I was actually playing a game on a tablet, and then next thing we know is almost midnight, and the people around us firing off fireworks and stuff. So we were actually up till about 12:30, and so I woke up like 6:30, and I was really groggy. So I was on Jimmy's show on the phone. Yeah, Jimmy, I was on your in there with you. I was on my phone. I was like, it's like trying to see this. I know you do. Everybody out there does. We're all. I was like, I'll just sit here and listen for a few minutes. So we started the new year off with Jimmy this morning, 6 o'clock. The Astute Tours went over to Eddie Lugo Studio, 7:15. Hung out with Eddie over there this morning, and now here we are. Kind of jumping in a little early because Kurt and Marcia ain't here, and thought, well, if anybody's driving to work, lurking, jerking, twerking, driving somebody crazy up a hill on a unicycle, they need some Sea Lake Journey to help wake them up. I need to help wake myself up this morning. I even went and got a Monster to help wake me up. My problem is, I've been up for 2 hours, and I just now opened the can before I walked in here. What can I say? Hey, John! That is the pizza Scott burnt. Oh, Scott burnt a pizza. Yeah, I know people want to see that. Scott's burnt pizza. You never know. Sometimes stuff like that can get 1,000 views like that. I'll tell you guys, being a YouTuber, and any of you who are YouTubers know and understand, I have worked meticulously, very hard, spent 8-10 hours working on a video to get it right, to get the sound right, the music right, the cuttings right, and put it out there, proud of it. This thing should get me 10,000 views, and yeah, it gets 130. Another one I've slapped together. I go, this ain't gonna do nothing. This is just to fill in the space until I work on a better one. And the doggone thing gets 5,000 views. Who knows? With YouTube, it is not a matter of how hard you work. It's just, what do people want to see at that very moment? At that moment. And I've had, dig this, I've had videos that I made, and they went up and they were real slow. I only got maybe, like I say, 150 views or something like that. And all of a sudden, 6 months later, they peel up to 3,000-4,000 views. I'm like, what? How'd that happen? And I've had other ones that came out of the chute really fast. First 48 hours, got 700 views. I'm like, woo, this one's going to go to town, baby. And then 3 months later, it's at 750. You just don't know on YouTube. When you think you got it figured out, you don't. You don't. That's all. I'm just telling you. Yeah, we're all laughing at Scott's burnt pizza. Scott, break us off a slice of that burnt pizza, will you? Hey, there's Scott now. Controversial Cruising. Good morning, Wacky Wednesday crew. Good morning to you, Scott. Controversial Cruising right there. 1/3 of the trifecta of the Conscious Cruiser. Don't miss that on Monday mornings at 8:30 on Spotify, and also rotating around between Scott's channel, Elisa's channel, and Sea Lake Journeys. How about that? Did I hear burnt pizza? Scott, you didn't just hear it, you smelled it, brother. Aaron Smith, good morning to you. Happy good morning, Sea Lake Journey crew. Happy Wacky Wednesday, and happy 1 day late birthday to Aaron. He's 29 again. Aaron, happy 29th birthday again. Right there. He's an end of the year baby. End of the year baby. One of those that just snuck in, right? Hey, there's Denise Bone Tired. Hey, y'all, heading my daughter's driving and listening. Hey, that's right, Denise. If you're driving to work, driving to your daughters, driving somebody crazy, thanks for driving with Sea Lake Journeys this morning. I'm starting to wake up now. I think my monster's kicking in, y'all. Hey, there's talking with Bob. Bob, we're talking with Bob this morning. We're also talking with Sea Lake Journeys and a whole bunch of other people. Thanks for joining us here this morning. Monsters kicking in, y'all. True. Right place, right time sometimes. Ain't that the way it goes, Lisa? Even with live shows. I put up live shows, and like a Sunday night shows usually are better than our weekdays. Weekdays, I get between 50 and 80 views on a Wednesday and Friday show. Overall. Sunday, it's usually around 100. Right. Well, and I've had some Sunday nights, though, that I look back now and they've got 350 views on them, 390 views. I'm like, wow, what happened to that show? So some are clunkers and some zip off and you don't know why. You look back, what did I do different? And sometimes you didn't do. The only thing I did different was I squeaked the duck instead of the shark. I don't know. I don't know what I did different. Maybe I wore a different shirt. See, I wore a button-up shirt today just for y'all because it is the first day of the year. I'm trying to set a new standard here. A button-up shirt. Yeah, because that's where you start off changing your life. You want to make things better. You go to a button-up shirt. Double A. That's Aaron. Denise, Elisa, Scott. Bob. Yo, Eddie. Hey, don't forget, Eddie's going to be coming on again today. Go live together at 9 o'clock with Jeremy, Cheryl, and the other day they had Ryan on there, right, from PK Adventures. So how about that? You don't know who you're going to see over there at Go Live Together. That's why they got the together part in there. Woohoo! Eddie, Denise. John says, Happy New Year, Scott. Yes. Controversial, nice to see you. Okay, I'm gonna scroll down here. We got a charcoal pie. That's what Eddie. That's what Scott made. Yeah, right on. Happy New Year, y'all. Oh boy, we got a lot of Happy New Years. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year's, John. Oh, here we go. Like an oldish country song says, every time I make my mark, somebody paints the wall. Oh boy, that's a country song right there. That's how country songs work. Every time I dig a hole, somebody throws dirt in it. Every time I change my socks, somebody takes my shoes. We could do this all day, couldn't we, right, Aaron? Come up with new country songs. Just sit here doing that. It ain't that hard. Chet, too early to be drinking alcohol. No. This is Monster drink. No alcohol, no sugar, 10 calories. 10 calories. I'm going to drink the whole can, though. If I drink this whole can right here, I'll be outside mowing the yard with a push mower. Yeah, doing stupid stuff like that. Or putting my mark on a wall and then painting over it myself. Happy New Year, Lisa. Happy New Year. Hey, y'all. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Hey, and then there's the time-tested fix-it-all, holding the mouth right. Oh, yeah. Guess it. Tongue to the side, lips like that. There's all kinds of different way you got to hold your mouth to do different stuff. It's an art that mechanics have mastered over the years, I'll just say. Oh, no, I'm underdressed. I'm wearing a ratty old T-shirt and cargo pants. It's okay, John. You're on the other side of the camera, so you're okay. And besides that, you still got your Santa hat on in your picture there. So with Santa hat, you get exclusionary privileges on wearing button-up shirts today. 2,000 milligrams of caffeine. No, it's crazy. It's only like 175. It ain't that much. I know people think it's a whole lot, but it ain't. You know what? I'm curious now. You got me curious. Let's see what it says here. 150 milligrams per can. The whole can's only got 150 milligrams of caffeine. That's all. That's less than a cup of coffee. A cup of coffee's got like 200 to 220. So less, and I'm only going to drink half of it. So I've gotten like 75 milligrams of caffeine. So far, I've only drank a quarter of a can. That's just how caffeine affects me. That's why I don't have to do a whole lot of it, because I get going. I'm a morning guy anyway. I usually wake up with energy. But this morning, I woke up groggy. I was like, ugh. But hey, I did have 5 things to talk about for cruising for 2025. Hey, Lori, Happy New Year to you. Woohoo! Happy New Year. Hey, 5 things today we're going to talk about for cruising in 2025. And I want your thoughts on them in the chat. Think about it. What's going on? Let's take the first one here. It's Galveston. Anybody use Galveston Port? Will Galveston take the number 3 spot as the biggest cruise port for cruising? I know what I think. I've been talking about this for the last 6 months. I think it is. I think it will be. It's going to at least be number 4 for 2025, if not number 3. You know, you're going to have Miami, Port Canaveral, always battling for 1 and 2 spots together. And 3, I think, could go to Galveston. But you know who else is in the running, though? We just went to Fort Lauderdale, okay, got on the Sun Princess. We haven't been to Fort Lauderdale or Port Everglades in probably a couple years. And it's fairly busy. But when we went this time, there was 7 ships in that port. 7 big giant ships. It was mayhem. It was madness. It has grown entirely too fast for itself, because it's beautiful to get down to Fort Lauderdale. The last mile was a nightmare. It's grown too fast. I'm thinking Fort Lauderdale is also battling. If they can figure out how to kind of get their entryway and exits a little bit better, they could take 3 spot too. But the question today is, will Galveston take it? I don't know. I ain't betting against Galveston. I can tell you that right now, y'all. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, y'all. I was surprised to hear that Scott burnt his pizza, or that Galveston might get the number 3 spot, or something died under my shed too. You know, I thought I smelled it yesterday afternoon. I was like, what is going on? I said, man, maybe a squirrel died or something, you know, because it wasn't that super strong. But I said, it's coming from under my shed. Doggone it. And I had put bricks up. I had it all bricked up all around the entire shed. But lo and behold, I had to steal some of those bricks to do some of the stuff we're doing over there for the butterfly garden for Robin from Sea Lake Journeys. So there's places where stuff can get under there now. Not big stuff, but big enough like the size of a cat. I was hoping maybe it was just a mole or a squirrel, but I don't know. I walked out there this morning to turn all my sprinklers on and stuff, and I'm like, that's a really big giant squirrel or a herd of squirrels or something, y'all. Yeah, right? Parking lot. That's the parking lot, y'all. Okay. So, and nobody thinks Galveston's going to take number 3. Well, I don't know. I think it's going to be them, or it's going to be Fort Lauderdale. Those are my 2 options right there. I'm saying, okay, we'll move on to another one, though. Will the Mexico pass that $42 cruise tax in June of 2025? Remember, they was going to do it last year, and then they got held up because all of a sudden the cruise lines went, hey, we're going to stop coming there. We're going to cut down how many ships we come there. So Mexico's like, okay, well, let's wait till June. Well, does that really fix it? No. I'll tell you that, guys, I mean this sincerely. If I have a cruise that's going, and it's going to be stopping in Mexican ports that I've already booked, and they add that $42 tax, another $94 for us, I'll be like, that's enough for me to say, I don't think so. I'll call them up and say, hey, change it. I'm going, send me somewhere else. I will change it, because you got to protest a little bit on stuff like that. That's ridiculous, that kind of cost. You know, I say no, I ain't doing it. I'm no. So who's going to join me in that and say, no, I ain't going to go down there in Mexico and pay $42 a person to get off? And what if you got 2 ports? Are you going to Costa Maya and Cozumel? and there's two of you. 84 times two, $168 more on your cruise. What? And what if you got two kids? Now you got $26? Come on, man. Come on, man. Especially if you're going like out of the port of Galveston. And see, to me, this is what could affect Galveston taking a number 3 spot. All their cruises go down and hit Costa Maya and Cozumel. And all of a sudden, their $700 cruise is going to now be $1,000 because of taxes to Cozumel and Costa Maya. Woo! That's what could affect the number 3 spot for Galveston next year. You see how I tied that together? I'm waking up, y'all. I didn't bring any water here for myself, so I guess I'm going to be sipping on Monster drink this morning. So I'm sure I'll become even more fun and energetic as the show goes on. And you know what? You know what else makes me fun and energetic? When I think about New Year's Eve, somebody was asking on their show yesterday, it's Kurt and Marcia, where would you like to spend it? Here. They had 4 options, but no option was a cruise ship. I'm like, I want to do it on a cruise ship. And how about a Virgin Voyages cruise? Can you imagine New Year's Eve party? You've had a couple of bottles of champagne and you walk into the dance club to this. Okay, that is the dance club on the Scarlet Lady. We walked into that and went, wow, this is crazy. No, and nobody was dancing. It had only been open for about 10 minutes, and they'd done all these, or 15 minutes, they'd done these crazy commercials about, hey, there was this big cat head up on the wall, all around on all those screens where you just saw all those coffee pots. Why coffee pots? I don't know. They should call it Eddie's Dance Club. Eddie's Dance Club, go get your coffee. And hey, Eddie. And they had cat heads up there, and the cats were saying, if you can't see, move. If you don't like where you're standing, move. If you want to sit down, go somewhere else, because there's no chairs in there. Oh, boy. It was just crazy. We was like, wow, this is interesting. And then the coffee pots came on. Like, it was really different, y'all. I'm telling you, if you want to start something different in 2025, you say, hey, I'm tired of the same old cruising. It's the same thing. I know it's going to happen. I'm going to go watch this show, and I'm going to go to the main dining room, and I'm going to go to the buffet, and I'm going to go to the pool. I want something different. I want a different cruise experience. If you want a different cruise experience, Virgin Voyages is the one for you. Just saying. It's not like the other cruises. It ain't. If you're looking for the buffet, you ain't going to find it. If you say, I don't want to go specialty dining, well, you're going to have to, because that's all they got. Every dining is specialty dining. How about that? Except for the place they have in place of the buffet, which is like a food court. Okay, it's like a food court, but you sit there and you can order it. And you can order from, how when you go to the mall food court, there's a pizza place over there, and a chicken place over there, and a donut place over there. Well, you can order a donut and a piece of chicken and a piece of pizza, and people will bring it to you. Yeah. How about that? You don't want to use the app? You don't have to. You flip a little flag up on the table, and somebody comes right there. It's so different, y'all. And then you just saw the nightclub experience. I can't imagine what New Year's Eve on Virgin Voyages would be like. I may have to do that one day. I may have to do it. Hard to hide the bodies once they start smelling. I know, and I can't get under it either, John, because even, the shed's only this high off the ground. And I put blocks in there to fill. Like I say, I had to steal some of the blocks to use for what I'm doing over there for her. But, so it can't be something real big you got in there. But, man, whatever it is dead. And this morning I'm out there, I'm like, oh, man. And there's really ain't nothing I can do about it, I'm just going to have to grin and bear it. It's a Cruise Life P. Happy New Year's, guy. Yeah, y'all got New Year's 5 hours before we did, right? I mean, we're sitting there at 7 p.m. here Eastern Standard Time, and y'all was already doing New Year's over there. I hope y'all had a good one over there, Pete and Lisa. We had a watching TV / playing games on tablets / listening to all the fireworks around the street around us till about 12:30 last night. much the same as any other year, except usually we usually just go to bed. We say, oh, forget about it. We'll go to bed. And then we're woke up by the fireworks. But hey, at least these two little dogs of ours, they didn't seem bothered by the fireworks at all last night. They just laid right there with us and slept. I was like, wow, it didn't disturb them at all this year. So I was quite happy with that. Whoops. New Year's Eve at Cruise Life. Hey, Pete and Lisa. All right, so hey, we got a couple more things here for you too. Will more ports in 2025 reduce the passenger numbers or number of ships coming to them? We saw that not just here in North America, but around the world. Venice, Italy, and up there in Maine and Key West, a lot of places saying, hey, we don't want your big old cruise ship here. We don't want your money. We don't need it. Go away. And of course, I always sit there and think to myself, all the people who depend on the cruise ships coming, all those vendors there that take you out on the shore excursions, right? All the bus drivers, cab drivers, the restaurants around there, the bars, all those places around there and sightseeing places are going, hey, wait a minute, we do want their money. Don't speak for us. We want their money. We need them here. And Barcelona was another one I saw. Barcelona was really raising heck at the cruise lines. I'm like, wow, what's going on with that? And so I got looking into that, and the cruise passengers coming into that city was only like 3.5% of the tourism. I'm like, okay, so out of every 100 tourists, only 3.5 of them are coming off the cruise ship. So you're throwing rocks and bottles at them and making them want to go away because that's going to fix your tourism problem? I'm thinking you're still going to have 96.5% of them running around there. I don't think you're going to notice that much of a difference. Some people just think that's smart. If they had a monster drink on New Year's Eve morning and had a great group of people like y'all with them, they'd be a little bit smarter and they'd say, hey, we're throwing rocks at the wrong people. So I wonder, will the trend of that continue? Or will the government step in? Like in Florida here, our governor went down to Key West and said, hey, no, these ports are controlled by the state. You people who are complaining, no, y'all ain't stopping the ships coming in. They sure ain't. Ships resupply there. They get, bringing on food, beverages, and all that stuff, which helps the local economy there. Like I say, all the tourism that goes on. The cruise ship, it looks like, oh, wow, they're bringing 3,000 passengers today or 4,000 on this ship. But there's probably 50,000 people there, tourists. So it's not, you're blocking the wrong people. You're blocking just a small percentage. And they're only coming in for the day. They're coming in and they're spending their money fast. Food, shore excursions, souvenirs, stuff like that. They're there for 5-6 hours and they're gone. They're not tearing up your streets. They're not raising heck at night and tearing things up and all that. So I don't know what they're thinking. Pete says, we had a movie night, saw Robbie Williams film, then watched TV. No hangover, which was great. No hangover here either, Pete. We did go to Olive Garden yesterday afternoon, about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and had lunch / dinner. And then we bought a bottle of wine there, a pink Moscato, and brung that home. And of course, we drank a glass there with eating. And then last night we had another glass each, sitting there watching TV. So yeah, no hangover, no problems. Right? That's the way to do it, Pete. We're too old for all that hangover stuff. I don't want no hangover. John says, we've talked about Virgin Voyages. Neither of us has any interest in it. We do want to do MSC. Yeah. Okay. MSC, you're going to love it, John. MSC, we had a great time on both of our cruises on MSC. They're very similar. A lot of these ships, other than their appearance, MSC ships look very different than Carnival ships. Okay. Carnivals, blue and red and yellow and bright colors, and MSC is more like silver and gold and more of an opulent look. It looks more expensive, even though they're on the same price point, right? But other than that, you take the appearance away. Yeah, you could slap Carnival and MSC and Carnival. You're not going to notice a whole lot of difference. They do have a few different things. MSC ships, a little bit different. Entertainment's, pretty much the same. Food pretty much the same. Cabins the same. They got pools. They got all the same kind of stuff. Virgin is where you step out of the box. So you got, like you say, John, stepping out of that box ain't for everybody. Some people are going to step out of that box and go, what have I done? Get me off of this ship. But other people are going to say, hey, this is pretty cool. And like I've said before, Virgin is not a cruise line that I think would be everybody's go-to. If a lot of people are only Carnival. I'm only Carnival. I'm not selling nobody else. Or I'm only Royal Caribbean. I'm not selling nobody else. And I don't know that Virgin could do that. I don't know if I know I couldn't be a Virgin only cruiser. But I'll tell you what, I do appreciate it for a change up. When I'm like, man, we need a change up. It's a change up. I got to tell you though, I think it has probably the best food at sea, because it's all specialty dining. It's all like that. Not just cruise problem in Barcelona. Other tourists got aggravation from the local, same as Spain. Oh yeah, okay. So they are hitting the other tourists too. Yeah. I only saw them. Of course, on cruise we watch the cruise news, so we see how it affects cruising. So it is affecting the other tourism as well, because I know they have tons of visitors in Barcelona. And it's like, I was like, why are you just picking on the cruising? It's only like 3.5% of your people, your vacationers. But Happy New Year. That just seemed odd to me, but okay, they are hitting everybody else too. Sometimes you can get overrun with people. Here's a good one for you. This one is something you may not have thought about. In the last month, I've seen 2 stories on people who have died on scooters, the electric scooters. Instead of having a wheelchair, they have the electric scooter on cruising. One of them went down the stairs on an MSC ship, right, and died. And another one went over the pier, just drove right off the pier, I guess, into the ocean. And both of those people died. And I looked at those stories and I'm like, and both of them, they said scooter malfunction. I'm like, really? Because I don't see scooter malfunctions anywhere else. You see it on cruise, but I don't see those stories coming anywhere else. It don't mean they're not. I'm not saying they're not there, but I'm like, it just seems so rare that to have 2 within a month right here on cruising. Is this a possibility? Just think about this. The cruise line's looking and saying, hey, these scooters are too dangerous. People are driving off the piers. People are driving downstairs. All kinds of stuff going on, and they're dying from it. Okay, they're not just getting injured; they're dying from it. We're going to ban scooters. If you need assistance like that, you've got to come in a manual wheelchair and have somebody with you that can help you get around. And that's one of the questions, believe it or not, they ask on the wheelchair form. I always have to fill out the wheelchair form on all the cruise lines, and one of the questions they ask is, do you have somebody with you who can help you, who will be your assistant? And of course, I do. I have Robin from Sea Lake Journeys, And so I thought about that. I thought, maybe that's off on a tangent, but a couple more people roll downstairs, roll off of piers, roll into the swimming pool or whatever, and die from it. Is it a possibility? They say no more scooters. I don't know. It'd be something to think about for 2025 anyway, huh? John says, I've only sailed Carnival only because till 2 years ago, it was the lowest prices. Yeah. Typically, John, they still are right there at the bottom of the prices. MSC, though, you got to watch Carnival, MSC. They're right there, man. MSC is extremely competitive on price. So if you are going to check out another cruise line, and price point is a key factor, MSC is the one you want to look at, John. I'll say that. You definitely want to look at it. And I got to tell you, even for, we did the yacht club on both of our cruises. And when we did them, the price point even on the yacht club, because I thought, okay, we got to have the internet for her work. We're going to do the drink package because I want a Coke here. I want a Monster drink or Red Bull there. We want a glass of wine at dinner and maybe a drink out by the pool. I don't like sitting at the end of the day doing this. So we calculate all that up. drink package, Wi-Fi, paying gratuities, all that stuff. And I took that and I added on to a regular cabin on MSC versus the yacht club. And the difference was so low that we booked the yacht club both times. And I got to tell you, when you compare to yacht club pricing compared to over Norwegian, they have their exclusive ship within a ship deal, and so does Royal Caribbean. It's no comparison. MSC was way, way cheaper. So I thought if we're ever going to do it, the only way we're going to be able to afford to do it is on MSC. And we loved it. Both times it was fantastic, fantastic. However, that being said, in the last 6 months, looking at the prices, they've discovered how well the yacht club is liked and what the price is compared to Norwegian's ship within a ship and Royals. And so the price went up, 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 up. It's still much lower than trying to do the ship within a ship on Royal or Norwegian, but it is out of our price range now. Now, if we were to go on MSC, we'd have to just go regular and add Wi-Fi, drink package, or whatever, which Robin from Sea Lake Journey says, man, I don't want to do that, because after you've done the yacht club twice on MSC, it'd be hard to go back. You know, we've been on, you know, regular rooms everywhere else, you know, regular interior cabins on Carnival and Norwegian and, you know, and Virgin and Princess. So it's okay to do it there, but MSC it'd be hard to go back on. But the pricing is right there with Carnival. And yeah, if I would recommend you give it a whirl. That'll do it, John. Hey, Scott. Could you upgrade on MSC to Yacht Club? When we did it, we just booked it right up. But yeah, I would say if you booked a regular cabin, I think you just call up MSC and say, hey, you know what? I changed my mind. I want to go to Yacht Club. I can't imagine them saying, oh, no, you can't do that. If they have a cabin available, that's the thing. If they have a cabin available, they're going to say, yes, sir, it'll cost you this much. And it is such a much better experience. I can't tell you how much better experience it is. And it's just being able to, you can go out among the masses and do all that stuff you want. And then when you're ready to get away from that madness, you go to the yacht club and you got your band on and you go to the door, and only people in the yacht club can get in. You're not allowed to bring guests in from outside either. Keep that in mind. If you got friends who came with you and they're out there on the regular part of the ship, you can't invite them into the yacht club. You can't do that. It's not allowed. So then you go in there, as many drinks you want, whatever kind of drink you want. They got their own restaurant. They got their own buffet. They got their own pool, their own hot tubs. And there's only like 200 people up there. And it's a big section of the ship. You're not crowded at all. And they got their own private elevator to go between the 3 or 4 decks. So it's quite an experience. Out of New York City, MSC ports of call are terrible. That is all that has stopped us. Oh, well, John, you just need to get on a plane, fly down here to Florida, and get on one out of Florida, brother. Plan you an extra day of vacation and fly down, stay in a hotel. Next morning, get on that ship. Just add an extra day. I know it costs a lot to fly, though. And flying is miserable, isn't it? Even if flying was free, okay, if I could fly for free and stay in the hotel for free, going to California or wherever, or just drive to Florida and go on a ship, cruise being the exact same cost, and I get to fly for free. Now, I would not do it. I'd rather drive. Flying is just miserable. And the only times I've ever gotten sick was from flying. I got to say, though, last time we went to California and back, and neither one of us got nothing, no bronchitis or anything, thank goodness. When you price MSC Yacht Club against Carnival with drinks and Wi-Fi, MSC is so much cheaper. Yeah, because the Carnival drink package is stupid priced. When we do go on Carnival, that's the only cruise line we cruise on that we don't get the drink package. We don't, because it's like paying for a whole nother cruise just for the drink package. And I got to tell you, okay, you take Carnival and you add the drink package right there. Bam, look at that price. I go to Princess. Same exact cruise, same exact itinerary, leaving out of the same port, what it costs. Go over here and get the plus package. You don't have to get the premium, just get the plus, because it's got the drinks, It's got the gratuities. It's got Wi-Fi for one device each, which is 2 in your cabin for 2 of you, and other stuff, specialty dining. The Princess is a far better deal. A far better deal. I mean, you don't have to be a mathematician. You go look at that one time, you're like, holy crap, I'm not paying for a drink package on Carnival. I'm getting all this over here on Princess. I try not to tell it to a whole lot of people. Shh, don't tell anybody else because, they don't have a bunch of people over there. I have flown and didn't like it. My wife will never fly. I don't like flying either, John. I hate it. I hate flying. Like I say, I'd rather take a bus than fly. I think it's just no, I wouldn't want to take a bus either. But no, I don't want to do either one of those. Getting in my car, driving to the port the day of. That's what living in Florida is great, and we're right smack in the middle of the state, dude. It is. We can get to Tampa, we can get to Port Canaveral, Port Everglades, and Fort Lauderdale, Miami, even up to Jacksonville. Which we've never went out of Jacksonville yet. There's no need to. They only got small ships. We're in a great place. We are in a great place right here. Oh my goodness, I'm running out of time, y'all. So I think I've covered all my things. So think about those things. What's going to happen next year? Ports, number of passengers, ships going to change in some ports still. Are they still going to fight? In 2025, will scooters be banned because they're too dangerous for people? Will Galveston take the number 3 spot, or will that Mexico $42 tax ahead whack number Galveston right back down to number 10 probably? Because where else can you go out of Galveston, right? Yeah. And the last question we have for today is, are you going to cruise in 2025? Join us Friday morning and let me know in the chat there because we are out of time here. John says, that was our issue, what they add for drinks. Neither one of us drinks alcohol. I know, we don't drink that much either. I might drink 1-2 drinks a day, and couple of days I won't drink anything. Maybe I'll have a Red Bull and I'll have some Cokes, bottled water, stuff like that. That's all included in Princess's drink package, but not necessarily Carnival's. So yeah, you got to look at all those things. Now the MSC Yacht Club includes everything, anything you drink, it doesn't matter, right? Oh, I feel small. No reason to come to Jacksonville. Lori, you ain't small. No. Lori, you are awesome. You know what I mean. Jacksonville just got the elation. It's got the elation. Now, I would drive up there if I could cruise with Lori. Now, so Lori, we might have to get a cruise out of Jacksonville, just come up there and take a cruise with you. How about that? That I would do. That would be worth it. If y'all ain't been on a cruise with Lori, you ain't been on a cruise yet because she is awesome. And thanks again, Lori, for my squeakies. I'm starting 2025 with my 2 squeaky buddies. All right, y'all. It's been great hanging out with y'all this morning. First day here in 2025. We hope to see you again Friday morning at 8:30. Until next time, we'll see you around the channel. See you around the channel.